try out my first stream using OBS instead of just the NVIDIA stuff. Which also means testing out to see how all of this audio stuff is working. Just gonna go figure that out real quick and start playing. I still think my personal audio is a little low. Maybe I'll lower. Let's try that to minus 10.5. See how that goes, and play with that sort of level of sound. Alright, and I'll start talking during the music one more time and see how that goes. And then I think we're off. Doobie doobie doo, doobie doo, testing. Hello! I'm trying to figure out. Yep. Well, actually, this is perfect. I'm testing out recording or streaming using OBS, but I'm playing with all the audio channels and stuff. So you joining is perfect because I can see if it stripped out my audio like it's supposed to. It doesn't take that long to get to a level up.
Yeah, I just have to do it on all three of my characters. is more the issue. I just have to just go and farm a little bit, and then, and then level up, and then switch characters, then farm a little bit, and then switch characters, and so on.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, I think that was successful.
Oh shit.
Audio kicked in. I couldn't hear you, but I could still hear myself, and now I can switch it back for any content enjoyers, and then when I'm in a boss fight, mainly because I like to clip them without any commentary or sound, I can just tab over and mute my channels. So this OBS stuff is pretty cool. I use the plugin you sent me, which is pretty useful.
Yeah, that plugin was super useful. I changed all of my things to take into account that plugin, so all my different scenes and stuff now utilize that plugin because I mean, it's way more helpful, I think, than just having generic desktop audio, because
oh god, yes,
that was always just a nightmare. So just the fact that can be separated is nice. All right, can I level up now? Level up. Oh my god! Wow, I cannot. Holy shit! I forgot this character needs so many. Alright, I'm just gonna keep pushing on them.
Okay, that's all set and mostly good. It doesn't like my resolution, but that's fine because my monitor has just a non-standard resolution. Still looks pretty okay on YouTube. I logged in to do a little Destiny, and I got as far. I did my Qualicore because I'm slowly working on getting that progress done. And I was like, I just want to play Elden Ring instead.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be mostly on Elden Ring, except for PvP stuff and WoW.
Yeah. I'm at least currently interested, but not at all motivated to do Master. I was watching some streamers do it today. It looks kind of painful.
Yeah, there's a lot of champions in this one. Holy shit.
It's everything you hate about hard content.
It's everything I hate. At least Fog had, like, what, maybe like 2 champions added to it in like each each encounter, so to speak. I guess it was more front-loading the champions than anything. Because by the end, there wasn't really any, like, champions added to Master Bog. It was only, like, that beginning that you had to deal with, I don't know, like, new overloads or something of that nature. But yeah, I was just like, wow, wait, you're just like straight replacing Glyph Keepers as champions and like
Oh Christ, yeah.
basically champions everywhere.
Yeah, I think I watched
That's fucking
Fallout
annoying.
and Aztecross while I was doing stuff today, and Fallout got through it, and they were like, it's tough, but they figured out how to do their parts. I think Cross and team gave up during the third encounter.
Yeah, I mean, well, what are their levels? Because
I don't know. Like, I was only looking in and out,
yeah.
so I had no idea. I was just kind of observing, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of hard. That's a lot of champions. And also, like, overloads suck this season.
Oh my god, I know. Everyone's just like, use your grenade. And I'm like, yeah, well, it doesn't help when the overload fucking teleports everywhere and you just dodge your grenade. And I'm like, that's fucking helpful, I guess.
Also, like, the solution being use your grenade kind of sucks when you're supposed to have weapons to do this stuff.
I know, yeah, exactly.
I think the actual solutions use div.
Well, or Osteo, because I was actually thinking about this. I think Osteo is super procs because of the poison. Like I think the poison proccing on Osteo, like that's the only gun that's actually like worked for me at all this season is Osteo Striga. And I think the reason being is like it's like when it procs poison, the poison also counts as overload, so I don't have to dump like the entire fucking clip in to the target. I can just like you know, pump like a couple of bullets and then switch to my main damage dealer. Oh my god.
Yay, I killed the knight. I'm up
You're
to Raya.
playing on your second character right now?
Yeah, I'm playing on my second character. I made it up to Raya Lucaria last time I was playing and beat the wolf, and then I started going up the stairs towards like the big wind around path and Renala. And there's that knight there. And the knight just keeps parrying me. Like, he'll parry me and then instantly kill me like 3 or 4 times in a row. And I'm like, this is dumb. So I went back to my old strat of just jump attacking until he put away his shield, because he can't parry that.
You know that knight has like lore surrounding him?
I believe it.
He is the last Carrion royal knight, because there's the civil war between the Academy and the Royals. He's the last Carrion royal knight who, when the Royals attacked the Academy, he's the sole survivor of that attack, and basically has himself like pulled up right in front of Renala to make sure, because he can't beat Renala by himself, but he's like, I'm not gonna let anyone like save Renala. Oh my god, I got one shot by this fucking dude. God damn it. I'm playing on a character that's like half the level of my main, so I'm like, things that one-shot me, that don't one-shot me on that character, one-shot me here. But that's funny, yeah, he's just input reading you, I'm guessing, and just like stabbing you straight in the face.
Yeah, like I beat him now, but he would just, like, I would do a jump attack to open, because I always do that shit, and then I'd immediately punch, and he would 100% of the time parry, riposte, and insta-kill me. So I learned to stop doing that chain of attack that I always default to, because it was not good for me.
Yeah, so question about this, because I was seeing Reddit and people being like really mad on Reddit, but you know, really
about what? Also, they're always mad.
About input reading AI, and am I just crazy, or is Elden Ring like, are there other Souls games with input reading AI, or have there never been input reading AI in FromSoft games?
I'm not entirely sure. The NPC sort of like I classify that guy as like an NPC invader type of thing. The AI for them seems a lot better in this game. Because like in old games they'd invade you and stuff, but like here they actually like roll around a lot better and like jump attack and do other things. So they seem to have... This dude's just trapped underground. What the hell? There's just a hand reaching up out of the ground trying to get me, but it can't. But I don't know as far as like full-on input reading, like... Oh crap. If they had something like that before and I never really noticed, or if it's a new thing. Never really thought about it. I just assumed I was always bad. Or the AI was good.
Yeah, or the AI was good, yeah. Well, because I've played like a ton of Absolver, and Absolver has a fuck ton of input read in its AI. Like there is so much input read in the AI to prevent you from just move spamming them.
Hmm.
They will like input read you, and you can only like interrupt their input read when you use like a defensive ability. So when I saw the AI, like you can actually really obviously see the AI input read if you're a spellcaster, because they will like the AI will input read dodges
Yeah.
if the enemy can do them. Like they will input read a dodge when you cast the spell, not before spell impact, or like on any other sort of thing. So like you can force an enemy, quote unquote, to like dodge over and over and over again by just casting
Yeah,
spells.
same thing with like throwing shit at them. There's some
Exactly
enemies
right.
that you
Throwing
can't
shit,
really
yep.
hit with projectiles because they'll just roll everything you throw.
Exactly, because they'll just input read the roll every time.
Melina does that,
So
or Millennia.
yeah.
You
So
throw
if you
shit
can't
at
just
her.
like cheese her by throwing shit at her.
Yeah. She'll like always dodge and go into attack, but I would use that as a way to bait her into doing certain actions
Mm-hmm.
at times.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've been using a lot of like spells, or like something that I figured out was that they will I abuse this the fuck out of this for Electo, but um they will input read you dropping your shield.
Oh.
So they will like so if you're a shield character, they will like input read you dropping your shield to start their attack combo or string. And so I would like purposefully put up and then drop my shield um, to get like Electo to start her string early. To because just like there's a lot of posturing and shit in that fight.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just see Reddit like just there's so like just because I was on Reddit a lot this weekend while because I didn't have a computer, so I was just on my phone this weekend, and just like, man, fucking everybody hates input reading, which I like kind of understand, but also like I don't know, it's in some ways knowing that they are input reading you makes
Yeah,
them
you can
just as easy
play
to
with it.
use.
It's like any other AI boss or system. You just gotta learn how to play with the parameters.
Right, exactly. But yeah, any other kind of PvE type of AI. There's a spell that actually is like hilariously good. Magic Glint Blade is just bonkers because the AI input reads so hard. It's like a delayed blast spell, so you throw up a glyph that will fire a delayed magic dagger.
Oh, and they don't dodge
So
that, or they'll input
right,
read other stuff.
they don't they will dodge on input cast, like when you input the cast button, but they will not they won't actually dodge the actual dagger, so you can like position them and backstab them and stuff. Alright, if I kill this dude, please give me enough fucking souls to level this shit up.
Ah! Crap. No! The freaking marionettes.
Oh my god, yeah, at low levels, those things go, those guys
They're
are
so
like,
scary.
the worst. I know.
You hit them once and they freak out and start spinning around.
Whew! That guy almost one-shot me.
There's a roof down there. Ah! Sneaky bastard.
Get the backstab. An idiot. Oh shit.
There's more to get, but I want to drop down. Oh, crap.
You haven't started New Game Plus, right? You
I
still have to
did start it
explore
on
a lot?
our Kronk character. We did start New Game
Oh, you
Plus.
did? Okay.
Yeah.
How does it feel like the scaling between base and the New Game one?
beginning of the game feels a lot like I was talking to Emily about this the other night because she was asking about New Game Plus, and at least when you go into it, almost always, unless you like are intentionally underleveled, like by the time you finish the game, you're usually like at a reasonable or strong level. So the beginning of the game scaling always feels kind of easier to me, just because like you've just come off beating the game. And you're geared for endgame, and then he drops you back to the beginning where the game's like intentionally a bit easier, anyways.
Gotcha.
So like
gotcha.
we're still in the opening segments of the game, and everything feels, I don't know, pretty easy. I'm using colossal weapons now, which I'm not too proficient with, so like I take a lot of stupid damage and stuff, but that's whatever.
I mean, well, they got buffed, so now's
That's
a good
true.
time to start using them.
That's true, although they didn't buff jump attacks, so what's the point? Yeah.
I mean, jump attacks already have so many fucking iframes in them.
Yeah, jump attacks.
I've been spamming the shit out of them on my.
I use them
character.
a bit too much, but I like them. Can I get down from here? There have been scenarios where I have to untrain my jump attack instinct because like the carry through is what always gets me. If it takes too long to like recover from the jump,
Oh
then
yes,
the enemy
yeah.
or whoever will retaliate.
Yeah, yeah, because I guess there's really no way to cancel out of one once you started one.
Yeah. Especially like the heavier the weapon, I think the longer you have until you can do more inputs.
Yeah, I feel that with guard counters too, because I as much as I love my magma wearing sword, I've had to against certain enemies just like not use it at all because guard counter, like the heavier the weapon, the slower the guard counter.
Yeah.
So I can't. Yeah, same issue. Can't get out of the animation. All right. Well, this was nice. Can I fucking level up, please?
There's supposed to be a ladder around here somewhere. Running around with no health potions or anything. Just trying not to die.
Oh, you know, so I was I mentioned this to Sal. I don't remember if he in chat, but I realized that through the item duping method, you can do character-to-character item transfers.
Yes. I actually never thought about it with duping. I always just thought about I can use my friends to oh crap.
Oh, it's just drop. Yeah. Well, I mean, but this with the duping method, obviously you don't have to use it on your main character, because you can save it on your main character. Oh my god, I made a mistake. But so I was thinking, I was like, I can take some, weapons acquired in the late game and play through the early game on my alts with weapons that obviously you can't get in the near Weeping Peninsula and stuff.
Yeah,
so I can
if
actually,
you want to like do a full playthrough with a certain weapon.
Exactly,
That's
right,
the
yeah,
method
do
for
a
it.
full playthrough with a late weapon.
Because I was always worried that we wouldn't be able to do stuff like that, or just assume we couldn't, because at least the way I remember the old games work, although I never did the passwordy stuff if they even had it, was all summons were kind of level based, or like had their random matchmaking banding. So I always, just in my head when we started playing, was I can't do this because I can't match with somebody who can, like, unless we did like a ladder to pass items up and down.
Right,
way to do
it sounds like Pokemon or something like that. You gotta like go up and down the editions.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go to the church.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there still is some amount of that because you are level gated on items you're allowed to pick up. So
Yeah. So you gotta make sure that
if
they're
an
like
item's-
a +0 or whatever the minimum for that player is.
right, exactly. Yeah, or maximum of the player, but yeah,
Or yeah.
because you can't. Yeah, you can't. You're not allowed to pick up stuff that is beyond your bags. Dumb.
Fuck. Alright. there's 15k. Whatever.
Oh no.
I tried to rush the ladder to climb up it and got staggered off the ladder by the goddamn marionettes. And then they just roadhoused me. Oh well. Lost those souls. That might have been a level. I'm not sure. One thing I've been trying to do on this playthrough too is try to make myself roughly like in normal level band for areas rather than accidentally over leveling, because if you 100% explore everything, you'll end up over leveled for various things. And that takes away a little bit of the challenge, which like is still fine, but the way I'm trying to play this one is being roughly at whatever the community recommended level is, which also led me to find some kind of weird hilarious stuff where like the Fextra Life has a pretty decent page on like recommended level and weapon bands for various areas. It's pretty sweet, and I've been using that as my guide right now. So like Rhea Lucaria I think is like 50-ish to 60-ish. I'm a little bit under for that, but whatever, it feels fine. But I was searching this up, and there was like a couple like gamer articles, whatever. I don't remember what it was, like the organization. But pretty much all of their level bands for bosses were like 20 levels lower than the Fextra Life recommended for the zone. I was just sitting there scratching my head at it. You know? In the end, it's whatever feels, I don't know, right.
Speaking of those sorts of websites, have you seen, I think there's sites called, like, Game Rank or something like that? But they have, like, a tier list for items in Elden Ring. And, like, obviously everything... Oh, Jesus Christ, this man chases me forever! Obviously, you know, everything comes down to personal preference for usage. But it's been interesting to see how they've ranked things in their tier list, because, like, for example, with armor, they tier armor based on, like, defense points that you're getting per weight point.
Okay, defense per weight.
Yeah, which, you know, obviously makes sense, you know, like, you want... Even if... So, it's interesting to see how, like, for example, with Blade's armor set, only his chest piece is S tier. And so the rest of his, like, if you wear his full set, you're technically being inefficient in terms of your possible defenses you're getting from your weight on your armor.
Okay.
Obviously, like, this is mostly useless information, because in the end, you know...
In the end, it comes down to two things. One, fashion souls.
Exactly.
And two, find your best possible without going over equip load for difficult bosses if you want an edge. That is really all it boils down to for armor.
Right, exactly. But it just has been interesting to see the, like... I don't know, like, I never even would have thought to, like, look at the armor necessarily in that way. It just basically would have been like, oh my god, I made a mistake.
Yeah, the perspective of looking at it from that sort of, like, evaluation point.
Right, like...
Okay, that's done. I think it's time to go try fighting Renala and see if that goes okay or painfully.
Fucking just adventuring as a mage is so anxiety-inducing. I am so squishy all the goddamn time. And, like, missing a spell, like, makes my heart drop. I'm just like, oh god, my FP!
Not my FP. Are you gonna seek out any of, like, the FP restoring weapons or stuff?
I don't... Oh, so that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing, is taking some talismans and passing them on. Because, like, I don't know, some of the talismans are super easy to acquire, like the one you just, like, buy from EG, right, that just says straight up, you know, you get your FP is cheaper now, right?
Yeah, those ones are definitely quite good.
Some of the later ones, like especially some of the sore seals and stuff, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go get those again, or like especially not like a third time, because I have 2 ults, so like I don't know, I don't want to deal with that on my ults. Like, I'm still planning on, like, I don't know, I feel like something interesting with Elden Ring is, like, with Dark Souls, I never really felt like I wanted to summon 4 bosses, because I was like, well, I don't know, what's the point? I'm, like, already... like, I'm already playing this game, I might as well play for the bosses solo. But with Elden Ring, I do feel like I don't really want to necessarily play the bosses solo, but I am interested in like what.
Hush, little Calva. I'll soon birth thee anew, a sweeting, fresh and pure. My beloved, have no fear. I will hold thee. Patience. Ye will be countless born, forever and ever. Upon my name as Rani the Witch. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser. Send word far and wide. Of the last queen of Caria, Renala of the full moon. And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
lieth under my moon.
I was talking to Sal, and he was also floating the idea of having PvP characters. Like I don't. He was saying like I don't remember where exactly this came from, but like level 120 or something like that is like some kind of agreed upon PvP meta level.
Yeah, that sort of thing usually happens. It's usually like in the 120, 130 area is like the most popular PvP band.
Yeah, so he was suggesting that like he wants to get to the point where there are enough runes on any given character of ours that we can just like hand those runes
just
to
pop them
somebody
all.
else.
Yeah,
Right. To get them to be
that's a clever way to do it.
at level.
The other challenge is figuring out where the hot spots are, because usually there'll be like 1 to 3. I guess the Souls games are a lot smaller than this, but there'll usually be a few zones where people congregate for PvP, and you'll still have to progress to that point on any given character. Like the higher level fight club in Dark Souls 3 that I spent a lot of time at was behind Pontiff Sullivan, which is like, I don't know, a decent chunk into the game.
Oh yes, yeah, I know where you're talking about for that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, really? Fuck, my auto tracking fucked up. Yee.
Alright, took me 2 tries to beat up Ronaldo. I'm happy about that one.
Sweetings, come out from whence ye hide.
It was the same for the
There
dog,
are
actually.
books and light
Bloodflame Blade is awesome. I picked it out when I was looking for early game buffs I could get to put on my fists to empower them and have fancy fists. And it deals a bit of burning damage and also with like stacking bleed while I'm punching them with my bleed weapon. So I'm being carried.
Oh, so it applies both at once.
Yeah, it's a cool spell because it makes your one weapon look really cool. I watched Sal use it a bunch before I realized that I should be using it. And then it puts like a burn on them, so it deals a bit of extra damage because it's a weapon buff, and then it puts like 2 seconds of extra bleed stacking on them. That's like 40 points total, which is about a hit or half a hit or something like that. But then it also just keeps the meter building for them, and it looks sweet. But I'm pretty happy about it.
Is it thy wish to become?
Yeah, I haven't done a ton of weapon buffing. The only spell that I have is the electrify one. But I also can't like I can't elemental buff my magma wyrm sword because it's innately fire.
Yeah, if you have any, like usually all special weapons you can't weapon buff. I was actually shocked because it turns out I thought that might be different this game because we used the Bloodhound Fang for our first playthrough because I love that gun or that gun. Love that sword.
Yeah.
And that actually we were allowed to buff, which in retrospect is insane because it's a special boss weapon type deal or a special weapon type deal, which are almost always not allowed to be buffed. But it was pretty cool. What am I doing next? Well, I guess I could work up the eastern side of the lake. I forget what I'm supposed to be doing after.
My god, get me the fuck out of here.
I guess I can go back to the round table first. Oh, I should see if I can upgrade my punching gloves too. Oh, new items. Cool.
Always good to see sun.
Well, I took you no matter how you're out.
Yeah, I found enough smithing stones for an upgrade. What does this do? What? I want to try that out. Raptor of the Mists? Duck into a low stance, momentarily vanishing. If an enemy attack comes, avian wings will allow for a quick escape into the air.
Yeah, I've heard about. Yeah,
That sounds kind of
I haven't
cool.
used it, but I've heard about that.
Greetings. Are you here for
Apparently, if I remember what I read correctly, it does not
I am
consume
pleased to see
FP
you
unless you are
Would you
unless
like
you
me
dodge.
to
Oh, that's
hold
pretty
you?
cool.
So you can activate, and then if nothing hits you, you preserve FP.
That's pretty cool. 'Cause right now my FP is pretty much dedicated to buffing my fists, and I can put parry on my fists if I want to, but I am historically a really bad parrier and don't have the
You are so
patience of Chris.
very warm.
Yo, same.
Then good day to you.
Holy shit.
I'm still rather impressed at him sticking it out for 8 freaking days of practicing to finally
I
get
know, right?
a
Yeah.
mostly parry Millennia down.
Oh my god. I'm the worst.
Ah, well then. We
Oh wow, you're very tanky.
Dang.
made the gold.
Well, I see you found another great rune. Wonderful. You are a worthy fellow tarnished indeed. Make the journey to the capital, Leyndell, that lies to the east of the Altus Plateau, at the foot of the Erd Tree. The Two Fingers will deny your passage no longer. You may be our best hope. Find your way to the Elden Ring, for we are tarnished, and we must answer the call of grace. Find the Albinoric woman.
Oh, I have to go find
She hides in a
Jermaine.
cave to
Okay.
the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart, I'm sure.
Oh, where is... That's the other thing I'm trying to do on subsequent playthroughs is actually get quests done. Because, like, we got a small number of them, but it's pretty difficult, at least in my opinion, to get a lot of actual FromSoft quests done. Where's Bach? Okay, Bach is until Altus. Yura
Have you
is, I think, also.
have you gotten the wolf lady from Liurnia?
The who?
The wolf rider. Lady.
Latenna?
Yeah.
What about her?
Well, because she has a quest line that I know. I don't know the quest line because I haven't finished it, but I know she has one.
I think I sort of have it. She's related, or I guess yeah, I do. I did her. We ended up doing her quest line on
Okay,
Bronx.
okay.
I do remember that now. We did those. We did that. Most people want me to go to the Altus Plateau. Ah, there it is. I want to do Eastern Lake. No, I'll be right back.
Hey.
Alright, there we go. Had to go get the mail.
So good. I gotta leap to cook once I level up this character. Fuck.
What do you need? I don't want any. All done? Well.
I saw something awesome watching the stream the other day. Maybe it was Sal? It's probably Sal.
Mhm.
It's either Sal or a random streamer, but I think it was Sal. If you throw poison at the big poison spewing mollusky things, whatever those big bulbs are that shoot poison out,
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah.
overload and explode.
Huh.
I think it was Sal I was watching who did it. He pulled out a bunch of poison knives, threw it into them in a dungeon, and they all just started popping. It's pretty neat because they have a decent amount of health, and I had no idea that was a thing you could do.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing either. You're talking about the things that you can also find in like lakes too, right?
Yeah, like I'm at the top
Yeah.
of Lake Splurty, and there's the giant ones, those stationary pustules that spit out stat or poison or scarlet rot, whatever they feel like spitting out. Oh, that's what I should go back and do. I had a lot of fun doing friendly summons to help people with Godric the other day, and I should do more for Renala because she's the next like great rune bearer.
You get runes when you're a cooperator, right? If
Yeah,
if
you get like
help during the rune.
I want to say 20-25%, because like I helped with Godric, who I think
Gotcha.
drops about 20k, and I was getting 5k. I didn't want to turn all that into levels because I didn't want to overlevel myself, but I just like used it to buy shit at merchants and stuff. But you get that, and you get a rune arc every time you succeed.
That is a pretty good farm.
Yep, it's pretty fun. I enjoy myself. Sometimes there's a little bit of downtime, like you need to make sure you're like roughly level for the area, because I think that's the one that's more level-based matchmaking.
Right, so you can't just like go in there and just raffle stomp a bunch of
Yeah.
early bosses.
Yeah, like I think the way it does it is if you're doing the password-based friendly summoning, it might round you to like it sort of scales you to your friend's level.
Right.
But I don't know if that applies for just general summons. The old ones were always like banded of you kind of had like a ceiling and a floor of who could summon who. But I honestly don't know if just everyone has the scaling or if it's just friend like your password protected friends.
Right.
That part I don't know.
I mean, there's some kind of multiplayer scaling because I know that when you get summoned, you
There we go.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go plop down a summon sign and see if I can help some people punch Renala to death. And I'll pop a rune arc for that extra stat.
I gotta go do that too, of like activating all the other rune like towers.
Oh, to power up the great runes.
Yeah, because I haven't really like dealt with that.
I didn't use too many of them. Godric's is just generally good because Godric's is just free stats. And then if you get Rykards, I used Rykards a lot throughout the game for adventuring. Because his is, I think, on kill you heal.
Oh,
I don't
That's
know.
really nice.
I don't know if you've met, fought, or gotten that one, but I really liked that one. And then there's some other ones that are like more HP or more other things, but I think those are like the only two I used.
yeah. Sorry, I'm talking to Steve. I'm also fighting this dude.
Very cool. That's
I'm gonna start cooking right after I kill this guy.
it's good. Not all hungry at the moment. Maybe.
Not terribly.
Okay, then we can eat later. We got some worky work to finish up.
Okay.
Yeah, another training day was fun, which was good.
That's pretty close.
Dodgety dodge. Look at all the blood puddles. I wonder how they died. Suspicious.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There we go. Now we wait. Yeah, being summoned to another world. That didn't take too long.
There we go. Alright, that should be enough levels.
Prim Reaper and Bleeding Murphy.
So you're 3v1ing Renala?
Yep. But when you add more summons, I think it increases boss HP and damage to counteract having
Right, to
summons.
level up, to scale
So,
up, yeah.
It is 3 of us. They summoned Count Monte Visto to help them. Oh, that's interesting. I guess I noticed that in my last fight, but I just put it together. You don't need to kill the ones who are singing, you just need to hit them. And then, because you need to disrupt the song, you don't need to...
Ah. Yeah, gotcha.
Amateurs. Oh no! Leave Murphy heal. Freaking office space on Renault. Everyone's standing around beating the shit out of her. Where is she? She got wrecked. Well, the best part is I have the contagious emote, so if I help anyone who did pre-order the game, they get the ring.
There's like an emote.
Yeah,
that,
that's what I learned from Sal, because I helped Sal. I did something with Sal, and he got the emote. I forget what it was. When I was helping him with a few bosses one night, and he got the ring because I pre-ordered the game, and apparently if you pre-ordered it, it was like a pre-order bonus gesture. But if you play with if you like co-op with anyone who has it, you then get it.
Neat.
Which is
I
pretty
like that.
neat. Yeah, getting summoned again. Oh, and I think my game crashed.
Oh,
Come on, you can do it. Don't
I was
give
gonna
up,
say, could just
skeleton.
be drop connection.
No, like the sound froze and everything.
Ah.
It's not looking good. Yep, there we go. It died. Well, that was a good time, or as good a time as any to back up my save.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do. All right. Unfortunate.
Oh my god. Holy shit, somehow I survived that.
From software. Yeah. Please use quit game. I know. I didn't do it on purpose. You crashed. Hey, there we go. That was a fast one. I also get great joy out of any time I'm in somebody's game. There's always the communication of twirling in a circle and crouching or crouch spamming or teabagging, like just as ways to connect with the other person without being able to talk, and then everyone ends up spinning together. Let's go punch some children. Oh no! One of our cooperators died. Oh no, I almost died. Fucking dragon again.
Trying to like think in my head. I was like, I'm just like a level 100. I'm like, who are the bosses that? It's like I doubt anyone's level 100 in Outlaw Knowledge. You know what I mean? Well, I guess maybe it's possible. I don't know.
Alright, yeah, I get 10k and Rune Arc for doing Renala.
Okay.
Yeah, 10k per summon. And it's fun. Yeah, got another one.
Hey!
Ooh, he only summoned me, putting his faith in me. Ah, Moon! No! Oh, you squishy bastard! Maybe? I think I was too late. I killed her after the host died, but I might have been too late.
That I have left to kill.
What was that? Oh, if you've been talking, I've been hearing you. Oh.
Oh, jeez.
I can actually disable that there. That's why I didn't hear you joining and leaving. It was streamer mode enabled.
No, it's good. I just something went real fucking weird for me.
That was tragic. He got one shot by her laser beam, and then I punched her to death afterwards, but I don't know if he got the credit, because he might have died too early.
Mm-hmm. I was just saying I'm gonna take a few cracks at the bell-bearing hunter that I have to beat, or that I have hanging around, and then I'm gonna probably start cooking.
Sounds good.
Try to take a few attempts and we'll beat him. Hopefully beat him.
Yeah, being summoned. Fort Robe.
Ow.
Hey!
Oh, this guy has so much damage. Here. Oh my god. I forgot I can do that. This run's a fucking loss. I'm fighting the fucking bell-bearing hunter and Kaled,
Oh.
and just fucking 50% of my attempts, I fucking end up aggroing one of the dogs, and I'm like, okay,
Oh,
fuck here.
jeez.
I'm just like, there's just no way I'm gonna get back from fighting a bell-bearing hunter plus dog.
Yeah, I don't like those dogs. They're mean.
I don't mind them one-on-one, but
Yeah.
this was fucking anything else.
When they just come running out of nowhere. Any enemy that just comes running out of nowhere is kind of rude.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, grab attacks. I never quite know where the window is.
Oh no! Careful, Mr. Host. Somebody fuck up. Okay. Oh no, I died. But she also died? Did I get credit? Come on! Give me money! Yeah! I got there.
He grabbed me. Oh my god! I fucked that up. He's at 0 HP! Fuck me! No joke. Oh, and of course I aggroed a dog this time.
Oh, she's all the way in the back of the fucking room. There you are.
These dogs. I'm gonna fucking kill this dude right now. So many dogs and just ruin most of my attempts.
Oh, I did. Alright, I'm gonna take a break and make some dinner, because that's a good idea.
Oh my god. Fuck.